Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Scott Halverson, and today I am making a video. And this is, again, I have filmed this specific video a numerous number of times tonight, and hopefully this will be the time that it gets it right. Please pray that it does. I don't want to talk about coronavirus, and I want to talk about COVID-19 or whatever you want to call it, and I want to talk about the real life factual things, that the repercussions of the actions we as people and the governments have imposed upon us, and what is really happening in my mind based off of my observations, right? And some of these are factual. This is all facts based off of my observations, right? It's not speculation. I'm not speculating anything. These are factual things I'm going to tell you, and I want you to understand this is what the side effects are. Before you start yimming and yawing about me not believing COVID's real and not wearing a mask and blah, 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 stop. Okay, just stop. This is not what the video is about. I know COVID's real, obviously. Plenty of family members that have had it, and all of them have made it, okay? And I'm not saying there's not people out there. It's not the point. Not the point at all. I'm just saying that COVID is another virus along the lines of SARS, M1N1, H1N1, MERS, bird flu, all the other viruses that have come through all the years. It's not the same. It's different. Just like every other virus that's brand new, it's just different. Okay, but like I said, we're not talking about that. We're going to talk about the side effects and the consequences of what's going on. Okay, and we're not even going to get into the political part of it because that's too much for one video. We're going to get into the real life effects of humans that's going on. The real life effect. Okay. This is from my perspective again. But factuals based off of my perspective. I'm telling you things that I know without a doubt that are happening. Okay? So, first off, I have a small gaming store, a hobby store. It is, we play Magic the Gathering, we play Dungeons and Dragons, we play board games, we play card games, we play all kinds of games there. Well, we used to, back until April. When April came along, we all had to stop. And immediately, there was a direct impact on the social life of every person that come into my store. Immediate effect. And you can't say, well, it's for the better of mankind. You can't do that. Because, and here's why. Here's why you can't say, well, social distancing and separating and not having your venue open and not being able to socialize that way and is saving lives and saving people. Fair enough. You say that. You say that there's facts based on that. Scientists are doing studies, blah, 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 blah. But I can tell you without a doubt in my mind, you may be saving some lives, right? But those lives can be saved through common sense. They don't need to be saved through lockdowns and shutdowns and banning people from socializing. Honestly, they don't. But in turn, those people you're saving, you're in turn killing other people. Flat out. And you're not necessarily killing them directly, but you're causing more suicides, you're causing more divorces, you're causing more everything. People are generally depressed. And I can tell you factually from my store alone, I see a difference in the behaviors of the people that used to come in my store, right? Now, this is not all of them, so not categorizing everybody who came into my store over the years. I'm categorizing some people that come into my store, or used to come into my store, that I'm in contact with, that I talk to every once in a while. I see them on Discord, I see them on Facebook, I see them through videos, I see them through whatever, right? Some of these people that have spent years of their lives building up friendships, building up relationships with people, and I don't mean marital and stuff like that, but some of that too, but whatever. Building up all this stuff over all these years have been taken away from them with just one swoop. One swoop of a pen, one executive order, one decision-making fool that gets to decide the lives and the repercussions of what's going on, right? It's a subject that's really like hard for me to talk about because 20 plus years ago, I was that guy that would have loved to have a place to go and hang out and play games at, right? I would have loved to have a store, an entertainment venue, anything, whatever you want to call my store. I would love to have a place to go and socialize. And I'm a social person, so for me, this is like tenfold, right? For me, though, I get to come home and spend time with my family. So that is the one good thing that has come out of this. I get to spend a lot of quality time with my daughter, my wife, and anybody else that I want to spend time with. Unless the COVID police call and, say, well, there's more than one person, one family, more than one family at a household gathering. But 20 years ago, I didn't have that, so I had to do everything the old-fashioned way. I just had to had to just talk my way into people's lives, so I had someone to hang out with and people to associate with, right? Luckily, I got married, and I don't have to worry about that right now. But there are people out there, remember this, there are lots of people out there right now that fresh college, high school graduates from the last couple years and fresh college graduates from the last couple years, they're out there trying to start their lives, and they can't because of this, right? Because of what's going on. They can't. They can't go out and socialize at the entertainment venues. They can't go to concerts. They can't go to movie theaters. They can't go to restaurants right now in Minnesota, California, Illinois, all kinds of places, right? They just can't. And if you're not allowed to have more than one family in a household time, you can't even go visit your girlfriend or your boyfriend or your whatever, right? You can't even go visit them without worrying about, oh, the police said, come and get us and knock on our doors and blah, 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 blah. All this is doing is causing fear. And yes, I know. There's this whole sect of people out there that are like, well, do it for the better so you save people's lives and do this and that and this and that. And I tell you what, viruses are terrible. They're no fun. COVID's real. I'm not going to deny any of it. But if you're going to lock everybody in their house and tell them that they can't go and hang out with people and not let them socialize with people that they've worked years to coming out of their shells, right? Some of the people in my store that come in my store over the years worked years. We worked with them for years to get them to be not recluses, not introverts, and they're just finally getting into their stride where they get to hang out with people. Otherwise, they're just staying at home by themselves for day in and day out, just doing stuff online and not socializing with anybody except for through a keyboard, right? And you've taken that away from them. For what? So people who aren't out in the public, like mostly disabled people and health issue people and elderly people, don't get sick and die? I get that. But guess what? If I have health issues and I'm afraid I'm going to get sick and die, I'm going to stay home because I don't want somebody to kill me, right? I don't want someone to bring me a virus that kills me. And plus, if I'm sick and I got a flu or I got a cold or I got anything, I stay home. Common sense goes a long freaking ways in this. But what is going on is not a choice. You are taking people's choices away from them to save other people in the better of mankind. So we're saving one group of people to kill another group, to take away their lives. That to me makes no sense at all. At 0 sense. Honestly, if they just told me I had to stay home and I could just hang out with my daughter and people would bring food to me, hang out with my wife, and maybe get to see a family member now and then for the rest of my life, I would be completely content with that, right? And maybe I wouldn't be content, but I could live with it because I have a relationship, I have a family, I've done my stuff in my life. And you're taking it away from them. You're taking away from all those 20-somethings. And all those college people. And all those other people. Not even college people. There's a guy, he's in his 40s, whatever, he comes into my store. He can't do that anymore. So now what's he doing? He's probably sitting in his apartment by himself. Once in a while he goes out and eats food at a restaurant, which he used to be able to do, but now he can't. So his only social aspects are all taken away from them. This is one of thousands of people across, millions probably across this country. You guys are doing it too. You think about that. But, hey, it's fine, right? We're saving lives. Actually, no, we're not. Elderly are dying by the thousands in nursing homes because they have nobody to socialize with. You see what's happening? You're taking people from the young categories between 20 and 30 that haven't started their lives yet and haven't really got built a good foundation. And you're just saying, nope, no more. Not until this is all over, which, I mean, who knows how long this will go on for, right? And then you're taking the people who are in nursing homes and assisted livings, and you're saying, nope, nobody can come visit them either. And you're just saying, hey, you're on your own. Tough it out, kid. Tough it out, old person. Tough it out. Because we want to save you. This is what we're saving you for. Right? Why don't you just put a pillow over my face and be done with it? I mean, if I'm a 70-some-year-old or 60-some-year-old or whatever it is, I'm assisted living, you tell me I can't visit with my friends, put a pillow over my face and be done with it. That's, simple as that. Hell, if I'm 20-something and I'm starting my dating life and I'm starting to look for the people I'm going to spend the rest of my life with, and I'm trying to build friendships with people for the rest of my life, and you don't let me, because it's for the better of everybody. If it's me in my 20s, I'd fight it. I'd fight it completely. Otherwise, you might as well put a pillow over my face too. People are social. We're social people. Fact. It's a fact. No matter how you want to look at it, it's a fact. From little birth, you are always, from a baby, you want to be with humans. Right? You just want to be with other humans. It's natural. Yeah, some people are happy being alone. But I guarantee you there are more that aren't. And so that is the repercussions of what you guys are doing. You know, you put the mask mandate in, you put the 6-foot social distancing in, fine. But now you're closing the venues again. You're closing off. I don't get it. I don't get it. It's just murder on a whole different level. You know, instead of a younger person running around and allegedly spreading the virus like wildfire, you know, because that's what young people do. They just run around coughing on people and killing old people specifically. Because, that's what we do. I'm not a young person, but, if I'm not a mask wearer, that's what I'm doing. I'm running around trying to kill people, right? Or maybe I'm just trying to stay sane and build relationships with people and get on with my life. Yeah, maybe that's how it works. Anyway, I can tell you firsthand, the people that come through my store, they're feeling the effects of this firsthand. No ifs, ands, or buts. All of them. My family members, the people who are DJs in my life, I know a couple of them, they're feeling it because they're not out doing their DJing. They're not out there having fun with their friends. They're not out there being able to do stuff. Because we got to worry about infecting other people with something that, we just can't, because somebody made a decision somewhere. Some people did some things. You know what I'm saying? Some people did some things. This is what we're getting to. It's an emotionally charged thing for me. It winds me up. It pisses me off. If I was those people that I know, where is the light at the end of the tunnel for them? When do they get to start dating again? When can they start getting married? When can they start having children? I mean, when? When? Tell me. I want to know. But they don't matter, right? Because we got to save people. We can save people by common sense. We can save people by not coughing on people. We can save people by not sneezing on people. We can save people by staying home when we're sick. We can save people by not being stupid. It's just that simple. We can save people by not being stupid. I don't know what else to say. I'm sorry that I don't have the power to change what's going on. At some point, though, people will start fighting back. And that'll be sad. Anyhow, I see people posting on Facebook. I see TikToks. I see YouTube videos. I see people suffering all over the place. So other people can feel safe. And that's okay, right? Because everybody's life that's vulnerable matters more than those that aren't. Well, we're all vulnerable. We're just vulnerable in different ways. If you're ill and you have heart conditions and diabetes and you have all these other problems, you're vulnerable to the sickness. You're vulnerable to any sickness. You're vulnerable to pneumonia. You're vulnerable to all these other crazy things out there. But if you're 20-something, you're 30-something, and you're not married, or if you're 40 or 50 or 60 and you've lived alone for most of your life, you're vulnerable to dying alone. You're vulnerable to not being able to have anything to do. You sit in your house by yourself doing nothing, watching TV or reading the internet, which is controlled by fascists, right? And dictators and monarchs and whatever else these companies want to call themselves. Sadly, you're watching a video on one of these companies' websites. But it is what it is, right? We just got to do what's right for everybody. Well, I tell you what, if you want to start doing what's right for everybody, you start thinking about everybody. You get rid of the lockdowns. You just tell people to be smart enough and use common sense. You let the old people see their families again. You let the young people go out and mingle. You let them get together and you let them socialize and make decisions based on the fact they're adults. And they don't need nannies and they don't need daycares. Anyhow, I've ranted about this for quite some time. This is a long video and I apologize for that. I don't know how else to say my piece. This is ruining everything. It's ruining everything. And it's disgusting and it's appalling. And at some point, like I said, somebody's going to fight back. We're going to find ways around it. We're going to just do what we need to do to make things better. Anyway. And I'm not saying we should be violent or anything like that because that's just crazy. Because we don't need to hurt people to fix this problem. We just need to quit being stupid. Anyway, until next time, my name is Scott. You call me Guff. Signing off.